it is. There we go. That's working now. Okay. A 3%er. Good to see. That's a rare one on my page, surprisingly. Huge fan of Coach Corey Wayne, but that's actually quite rare to see a Coach Corey Wayne fan. If you haven't read Coach Corey Wayne's book, How to Be a 3% Man, check it out. It's really good. I learned a lot. I learned a lot from him. So strongly recommend. I have also written a relationship book, but it's in the publishing stages at the moment, so it's not out yet, but it will be out maybe before Christmas. It depends. The publishing a book is actually there's quite a few things to do. So, but guys, thanks for tuning in. Any relationship questions you have, put your question in the comments. I'm here to answer them. Don't worry if you think your question is a bit weird. I coach people all around the world in relationships, so whatever your relationship question is, put it in the comments. I'll answer it. If you're a bit nervous about asking a question in a public setting like this, a public forum, then head over to the link in my bio. Send me a message on Facebook or Instagram or even TikTok or whatever you feel. I'm here to help. Okay, Stephen. Okay, fucking up pretty bad in my career, man. It's really messing with my emotional center. I keep making mistakes, and I just met an amazing woman who asked me to be exclusive with her. I don't know what to do. I don't want to tell her because it's so fresh, and I feel it would make me look attractive. I think you mean unattractive. Okay, you're fucking up in your career. Can you give me a bit more context to what you mean, Stephen? Have you lost your job or what's going on in those scenarios? And if it is a very fresh thing, sometimes honesty is not the best policy. Okay, in society, we're told, always tell the truth and always be transparent, and honesty is the best policy. Sometimes it isn't. Sometimes things are best kept to ourselves in some circumstances. So if you're just dating somebody and it is really fresh, you don't need to share all the bad things that are happening to you to them, okay? But I can't say that 100%, Stephen, because I don't know the exact context of what's happening in your career. Okay, Miss Louie, how can I stop my husband annoying me? That's bad. That's bad. I know you're joking about that, Miss Lou, but the thing is, when I hear people joking about things, my assumption on their joke is that it's probably at least 50% true. Okay? So yeah, be very aware of the words you say. Okay? Because even though you could be joking, I still see it as majority true. Reno, Coach Corey Wayne's the best. Great book to read. Yeah, it's definitely a recommend. Guys, if you want I'm quite an avid reader. So if you want my top 10 books that I think everyone should read, send me a message. David Goggins, also fantastic book if you haven't read that. Stephanie, how do you talk to your spouse about losing weight? It's a tough one. It is, because you're gonna hurt their feelings, aren't they? Guys, if you're a bit confused about where I'm reading comments from, it's because I'm doing lives in a few other places. I'm also doing a live at the same time on Facebook and TikTok and YouTube, okay? So I'm reading comments on sort of everything and just answering questions as I see. So yeah, just get the most out of you can. And if I missed your question at any stage because there's too many comments, just send me a message on Facebook or Instagram, or you can even go to my website, maddockcoaching.com/opt-in and book in a free call with me if you really need my help. So Stephanie, you really want to talk to your partner about losing weight. So there's little things you can do, okay? Like you can weigh yourself on a set of scales and say, oh, look, I'm 70 kilos, for example, right? And then you can go, how much do you weigh? How much do you think you weigh first? And he goes, I don't know, 120 kilos. And he jumps on, he's actually 140 kilos. And he goes, wow, I'm a lot heavier than I thought. And you go, wow, what weight do you want to be? You know, you can see how you're coming out of it sort of like you're not telling him he has to lose weight, but the scales are. Unfortunately, there's no really nice way to say it. Sometimes you just have to say it. Stephen, how do I bounce back? Positive reassurance, Stephen. Yeah, positive reassurance. Yeah, talk to yourself like you're your best friend, not your worst enemy. So if things are going wrong in your workplace and if you got fired or whatever's the case, say, it's all right, I'm going to find another job. I'm a champion. I'm going to do this. Create a plan. Yeah. Men like plans and purposes and all this sort of stuff. So if you have a purpose and a goals of what you want to do, okay, I want to do this and I want to do that and then I want to do this. Lay it all out in a plan. Write it down, okay? That's the way to achieve things. Just like you achieved everything you have already, it's the same thing, okay? Positive reassurance and goal acquisitions, okay? Okay, Darth, how do you feel about keto diet? Darth, I'm only here to talk about relationships, so just ask me questions about relationships, okay? Like, look, keto diet is good to a certain degree, but I'm not here to talk about that. Miss Lou, my hubby does annoy me. I feel like we're always at each other lately. It's quite disheartening. Yeah. You can see, even though you said it in a joking way at the start with a laughing emoji, I knew that it was true. I knew that it was true quite a lot. So if you guys aren't getting along well, what you need to do is work on those communication techniques, okay? You got to work on the 5 pillars of a successful relationship, which are attraction, masculine and feminine energy, courtship, intimacy, and communication. They all play a role in it, okay? And Amanda, Louis, if you're really having heaps of trouble, send me a message. Send me a message on Facebook, Instagram. We can have a chat. And if you're booking a call on my website, maddockcoaching.com/opt-in, and that goes for anyone. If you're booking a call and you're a couple, try to get both people on the call because I can help a lot more effectively. If just if it's just the husband or just the wife is on the call, we're making assumptions on the call. You know, it's a lot easier if everyone's on the call. Amanda, I have a question. Ask your question, Amanda. I'm here. That's what I'm here for. What if you feel debilitated? In what way, Rachel? In what way do you feel debilitated? Like, have you been in a car accident or you just feel mentally depressed or what's going on? Big Rock, doing so much better than we talked last. Great work, champion. Proud of you. Mel, I'm new to your page. What do you coach? I'm a relationship coach, Mel, so I help people all around the world with different relationship issues. There's 2 sorts of people I help, okay? So I help single people. I show them the method and technique on how to find their ideal partner and get that relationship to a 10 out of 10. And I also help couples get their relationship to a 10 out of 10 if their relationship isn't going so well. Guys, thanks for tuning into my page. Any relationship questions you have, put your question in the comments. I'm here to help, whatever your questions are. Relationships can be amazing, yeah? They can also be devastating. Why live in a devastating one? Let's do something about it. Let's achieve what you want to achieve. And guys, if you like a lot of information as well, if you're looking for more information, click the link in my bio, head over to my YouTube channel. I've made heaps of videos about the relationship timeline, attraction, and all sorts of stuff, okay? Rachel, I'm extremely single by choice, okay? But I feel debilitated that I'm inactive and depressed. Okay. So you're saying you're single by choice, so you want to be single, but then you also feel like you're inactive and depressed. Rachel, here's a great exercise, right? I don't know a lot about you, Rachel, but here's a great exercise to get some of my clients to do. Get a piece of paper, write down 10 hobbies which you like to do or that you want to do, and then start doing those hobbies every week, okay? 10. Think of 10 hobbies. Now, a hobby isn't like me and my partner, we like to play golf once a year. That's not a hobby. A hobby needs to be something you do at least once a month, okay? Yes, because I'd be bad for someone right now. Yeah, fair enough. And we all go through those stages where you don't want to date anyone and you're not in the right space of mind. That's totally understandable. But that doesn't mean that you can't start doing hobbies and throw yourself into different things, get into it. No worries, Rachel. I'm here to help. I'm a relationship coach, guys. So any relationship questions you have, put your question in the comments. I'm here to help. Jimmy, Rachel, thanks for the TikTok gifts, buddy. Appreciate it. Amanda, okay, my husband and I are both Christians. We disagree when it comes to titties. I don't know what that word is. I believe. Can you give me some more? I don't know if that's a typo. I don't know a lot about religion, so walk me through what you mean there. Mel, I didn't mean you and I meant the marriage I'm in. You lost me. Amanda, respectfully, that he should lead our home when it comes to this. Guys, I feel like I'm reading a lot of half questions here. It makes it hard. Okay, so you believe a little bit differently, different religious things, Amanda, and you feel like your husband should lead your home. Is that what you're saying? What problems are you seeing in your relationship? Lynn, thanks for the gifts. Really appreciate it. Any questions about anything relationship related, guys? Put your question in the comments. If I missed your question at any stage, send me a message. Send me a message on Facebook, Instagram. Even send me a message on TikTok, send me an email, wherever. There's lots of ways to contact me. So don't live in pain. Let's do something about it. Sorry, 100 character limit. Yes, you're correct. Okay. Yeah, I know it's hard. You only can write so many words in the comments, but okay, so you want him to lead, but he isn't leading. Is that correct? So you want him to be the leader in the relationship and in the family, but you feel he's lacking in this department. Is that fair to say? Don't feel too bad, Amanda. This is actually an issue I see every day. Every day. That's why masculine and feminine energy is one of the 5 pillars to a 10 out of 10 relationship, because it is important. Okay. I see it often, but how do you make your man more masculine, Amanda? There's a few different ways, okay? Encouragement, positive reinforcement, you acting more feminine. So if you're acting really masculine, Amanda, and you're giving it, and you're constantly being argumentative and super defensive and naggy, he's going to become more feminine. You're going to beat him down, okay? Instead, amp him up and push decision-making onto him and all these sort of things, but also give him positive reinforcement, yeah? Like amp him up all the time, like a coach would to a young kid. Yeah, you're the best. You're a champion. Like amp him up. Does that make sense? Mel, what is your advice on when you're married with someone who is too stressed for intimacy? Bad. That's a bad situation. Look, intimacy and sex is a great de-stressor. So anyone who says they're too stressed for it is really bad. That's a really bad situation to be in. Good communication is a big one. Yeah, you gotta communicate effectively on that one. Matt, thanks for the TikTok gift, buddy. Appreciate that. Amanda, yes, specifically when it comes to giving to the church, I believe in giving 10% of all income. Yes, it does. Okay, Amanda, if he doesn't believe that he should give 10% of your income to the church, there's going to be some things where he's dead against it and you have to surrender to that, okay? Or just give 10% of your money. But if he's dead against something, you got to compromise and you got to surrender, okay? If you want him to be the leader, you can't be argumentative on those things. You can't have it both ways. Hey, Andrew, thanks for tuning in, champion. Reno, I can't complain on my relationship. There's ups and downs, but we fix the problem now that we're getting married next year, which there is a lot, but it is what is finally we're going to get married in a church, which she is doing catechism, and we are going on the same page. Okay. Unfortunately, we had a lot of haters through friends, but it's not my fault that they are not happy with their relationship. Yeah, there's going to be lots of haters, guys, wherever you go in life. And you can't stress too much about this people who's hate. You can't value other people's opinion too highly. And that goes positively or negatively. Like if you're constantly looking for positive reinforcement from other people's opinions, you're going to have some negative things going on. You're going to be too influenced by people's opinions. So we should care more about what we think inside than so much what people's opinions are of us. Andrew, I'm also streaming on TikTok and YouTube. I do TikTok lives quite regularly because so many people are on my TikTok. I get thousands of people on my live, so that's why I do it on there too. But I thought I'd share it with you guys. Hey, Ellie, thanks for tuning in, champion. Hey, Lynn, any relationship questions, guys, put it in the comments. If you try not to feel anxious or nervous about asking you a question, because whatever question you ask, other people are probably thinking a similar question, and you're going to help others by asking your question, okay? Okay, Sammy, me and my fiance are engaged to be married next year, August. We've been together 5 years. Okay. And it feels like we've been together for ages, and I feel as we're too comfortable. What is your advice on changing things up? Yeah. It depends what you mean by too comfortable. Are you talking about like going to the toilet in front of each other with the door open? Or you're talking about you're missing that spark and that passion? See, there's a lot of different things what you mean by comfortable. If you change things up, like when's the last time you went on a date? What's the intimacy like? Yeah, and all these little things, they're all important. Heck, should I leave if he's a compulsive liar? It depends. See, everyone lies a little bit. It just depends if he has malice aforethought. Is he saying lies to specifically make your life worse and to hurt you? It depends on the circumstances, okay? Andrew, TikTok, yeah, it's a very popular app. Reno, thanks, Jake. I love it. That's why I walk away from those people. Yeah, exactly. And you got to remember, guys, we're a composite of the top 5 people we hang out with. So pick very carefully who those top 5 people are, because if you hang out with 4 losers, you're going to be the 5th one, okay? So pick those top 5 very carefully, because you're going to be a composite of those top 5 people. And it comes the same in business too, guys. So if you hang out with 4 people who are broke, you're going to be the 5th one. If you hang out with 4 people who are rich, you're going to be the 5th one. So pick those top 5 carefully. If people hinder your goals, they shouldn't be in your life. If people support your goals and help you achieve them, they're the ones you want to hang around. Okay. Amanda, thanks for your input. No worries. I'm a relationship coach, guys, so any relationship questions you have, put your question in the comments. If I missed your question at any time, send me a message on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. You can even go to my website, mentalcoaching.com/opt-in and book in a free call or watch my case study video, okay? Heidi, my boyfriend and I aren't getting along. I don't think I'm attracted to him as he's over-caring and feminine. It's a bad situation. Yeah, what can you do? And unfortunately, Heidi, you're in a tough position, because human nature, what happens is when one person pulls away a little bit, then the other person chases harder. And I see this all the time, and not just in romantic relationships. It can be the same with a mother and a daughter. The daughter may pull away a little bit, and then the mother becomes more clingy, okay? And that happens I see it all the time, and obviously a lot in romantic relationships. So Heidi, the more you pull away, the more feminine and clingy he's going to become. It's not a great situation for you to be in. So true about the people we hang with. Yeah, very true, Ellie. Very true. Very true. Okay. Brooke, what do you do if the person you're dating isn't on the same page, buying a house, etc.? you're never going to be on the same page with your partner about everything. There's going to be some things which you're going to disagree with. There just is. So if it's something like you want to buy a house and he doesn't, or vice versa, you got to have a chat about it. You got to have a chat about it. And sometimes, Brooke, you have to let him have his way sometimes, okay? And sometimes he has to let you have your way. It's a little bit of compromise there, but it shouldn't be something, if you're dead against it, then you shouldn't do it. But then you got to also ask yourself, well, why is it so important to me? If buying a house is really important to you, Brooke, but it's not important to him, ask yourself the question, well, why is it so important to me? And will this really, buying a house, is that really going to make my life much better? So really have a think about the reasons why you want something and why your ego is getting in the way, okay? And when it comes down to it, if you put ego into a relationship and you have heaps of pride and you're a bit egotistical, you don't want to not get your way. But unfortunately, when we live like this, it has a negative toll on the relationship, obviously. Supermom, to go for the one who isn't exactly your type, but you like hanging out or keeping the friendship. Okay, guys, really try to type your sentence out well, because I've got to try to read it. And if you got bad grammar, it's going to be hard for me to read, okay? Look, Supermom, if you're spending time with people who you know are not your ideal partner, you're taking away from the time you could spend on that goal, okay? If your goal is to find your ideal partner, don't waste time with people who aren't your ideal partner, okay? Because you may think, oh, there's no harm hanging out with that guy, even though I know he's not my ideal partner. I have fun with him. You may not see anything wrong with that, but your time you have is very precious. If you waste all your time doing things which aren't related to your goal, you're taking away from that goal's chance of becoming a reality. Forrest, our 5-year wedding anniversary is next month. Camping adventure. Great work. Here's a great little fact for you guys. In Australia in 2018, there was 116,000 weddings. Okay, 116,000 weddings, and there was just under 50,000 divorces. Yeah, so quite an interesting statistic there. It's quite a lot of divorces, but then also a lot of weddings. So, Reno, did you have a lot of haters in your life, especially now that you're on top? I wouldn't say I necessarily have more haters now that I'm more successful in what I do, but it seems like I always have a decent amount of haters. And here's a quick, for any of you business-minded people, a quick thing I heard a marketing guru say once is, if you haven't offended somebody by midday, then you're doing something wrong. So that's something to think about for you business entrepreneurs. Okay. Sorry, guys, a lot of comments, just trying to find where I was up to. If I miss your comment, guys, send me a message, okay? Because I know I'm going to miss some comments somewhere, so just send me a message if I missed your comment at any stage. Julie, what can I tell my cousin who has been through a lot of relationship problems and is starting to feel worthless? Just be supportive, Julie, really. Just be supportive. If you're too close to the situation and you're too close to somebody, it's going to be difficult to try to coach them, okay? Like, coaches can't coach their partners, okay, because they're too close, okay? So if you're that close to somebody and you really like that person, you kind of just have to be supportive, or tell her to reach out to me, okay? I would seriously appreciate if you could input on not getting along with your other half's family. Yeah, great question. Very common, Sammy, very common. So, very common. It's like the age-old joke, you know, the guy doesn't get along with his wife's parents and the in-laws and all this sort of stuff. It's common. It's very common. What is important to do here is remember that you and your husband, Sammy, are a team. You are the team, okay? You're the nucleus. Everyone else outside of it is not part of the team, okay? So what that means is you need to have each other's back in every situation, okay? So if his family says something mean to you, he needs to stand up for you. If your family says something mean to you, he needs to defend you, okay? He should be defending you and trying to protect you and work as a team in every single situation, okay? And then along with proper defending of each other, so you're a really strong unit, you should also be strongly setting those boundaries, okay? If someone, regardless of who it is, never let anybody disrespect you. If anyone disrespects you, pull them up, say, hey, I don't like that. Why don't you shut up? Say it straight out and set that boundary, okay? It is super important. Reno, thanks, bro. I really appreciate it. Keep your posts up. Some good news. Thanks, Reno. Thanks. You're a champion, buddy. I love your saxophone too, pal. Okay. Brookie, great advice. Thank you so much. I never looked at it this way. I'm here to help, Brooke. My purpose in life is to help as many people as I can in relationships. So that's what I do every single day. Okay, Sabrina, my husband is a video game addict. Help. Now, when you say he's addicted to video games, Sabrina, what do you mean? As in, how many hours a day would he play video games? Rina, I had the same problem with my in-laws, but now they are backing and we respect each other. Yeah, if you stand up for yourself and you set those boundaries strong, no one's going to mess with you because they're going to go, well, he's strong, he's a good guy, and they're not going to walk all over you, okay? But anyone in life, not just extended family, will walk over you if you let them. Okay. Now, sick of constant rejections for dates. How do I? Okay. Look, sometimes you're going to get rejected when you go on a date. Sometimes you're going to get rejected. There's not a lot you can do about it because sometimes two people just aren't meant to be. Okay? Look at it from a positive aspect instead. Okay? Look at it from a positive aspect instead, Nat, and say to yourself, well, it didn't work out with John, but now I'm one step closer to finding my ideal partner. Yeah? So look at it from a positive view and reassure yourself. I'm really tired being single life. Yeah, it can get tiring if you're single for a long time and you feel a bit defeated. The question is, what are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? Sabrina, all night long, I'm not a priority. Well, that's really bad. If someone isn't making your relationship a priority, then the relationship is going to suffer. It's really straightforward. Same if you buy a new puppy dog and you don't feed the puppy dog because your priority is somewhere else, the puppy dog's going to go downhill pretty fast, isn't it? So you've got to make your relationship priority. If he's not making a relationship a priority, you need to do something about it. So Sabrina, that's where I come in. Send me a message and we'll have a chat. Or, what are the chances that he would talk on the phone to me? Rina, thank you. I appreciate it, but you never like. But thank you so much. Getting better every day. I'll make sure when I see your next post, I'll give it a like, buddy. Andrew, define gaming addict. I've been down in the dumps of late and stream 12 to 18 hours a day. An addict's really when it only has negative consequences on something else. So, Andrew, I'm sure if you're in a relationship and your girlfriend seems sad, you'd put the Xbox away and go and, take her out to lunch or something, wouldn't you? Sabrina, no worries. I'm here to help. Guys, I'm a relationship coach, so any relationship questions you have, put your question in the comments, send me a message on Facebook or Instagram. You can even head over to my website, mattocoaching.com/opt-in and book in a free call with me if you want to chat. If you're a couple and you need help in your relationship, try to get both people on the call. It's very hard for me to help if I'm just talking to the wife or I'm just talking to the husband. It's better if both you're on the call at the same time so then we can nut out exactly what we're doing, okay? Okay. Josie, thanks for the TikTok gifts. Appreciate it, buddy. Meg, he is very insecure and I've never given him a reason to be. Takes it out onto me. You don't need to give someone a reason to be insecure. That's not how insecurities work. But your question should be, how can you help with these insecurities? So me, if someone's feeling insecure, the first thing I say is, how transparent is your partner? If your partner has passwords on everything, and every time he gets a message, he hides his phone, and he goes out for hours at a time, you have no idea where he is, you're going to feel pretty fucking insecure, aren't you? So you got to be transparent. So my question is, how transparent are you? Do you have passwords on your phone or your computer? Are you open with communication? How much time do you spend with him? Do you have heaps of friends of the opposite sex? All these things are going to make anybody jealous or insecure. So really ask yourself, the cure in a relationship, if someone has some normal insecurities, is to be transparent and give positive reassurance. And it works. It works effectively. Andrew, dude, I'd love to go out for lunch sometime. Just need a +1. Yeah, definitely. Definitely, Andrew. Look, I'll take you out to lunch, but I'm not kissing you, all right? Okay. Andrew, should I lower my standards to get a date? No, you definitely shouldn't. You shouldn't lower your standards. Instead, raise your dateability, okay? Don't lower your standards to get a date. Instead, work on yourself to become what you want to attract, so you're more dateable, okay? Like Brad Pitt is going to get a much better chance getting a date than John Goodman, okay? Like, raise your dateability. How attractive are you? How fit are you? How do you look? How do you talk? All those sort of things. Raise your dateability, because then you're going to get more dates, you know? We live in this society where people say, don't judge a book by its cover, blah, blah, blah. We're human beings. We have eyes. Everyone judges books by their cover. Attraction is extremely important. It's just, we're human beings. That's how we work. That's how our brains are wired, okay? So you need to work on that dateability and work on that attraction level. The more attractive you are, the more chance you are of you're going to get more dates, okay? It's really simple as that. Okay. Sorry, guys, a lot of comments. Completely lost my stop. Miss Teacher, I was in a toxic 8-year relationship. I'm afraid to put myself out there. How can I begin again? Well, for one, stop telling yourself that you're afraid. If you tell yourself every day, I'm afraid, I'm scared, you're just reestablishing those negative things on yourself over and over and over again. So give yourself some positive reassurance instead. Say, I'm not afraid. Yeah. Give yourself positive reassurance, and then it's going to get easier. And then also just start doing it. It's okay to feel a bit of fear. It's okay. We all feel a little bit of fear before a first date. You feel a bit of nerves. Yeah. But it's only a bad thing if you let it hold you back. Okay. So just start talking to people, and then you'll find someone who you click with. And then before you know it, things going great. And online dating, of course, it's a great way to talk to people without too much pressure. Okay, fire it up. Why don't men ask women out anymore? I assume you mean in person, because my theory on this is because online dating has become too convenient. So if online dating is super convenient and you can talk to people online all the time, if a really attractive woman walks past a man in a shopping center, he'll just go, she's hot. But I wonder if I can find her on Tinder. He'd much rather talk to her on Tinder, because if she doesn't talk back, it's not embarrassing. You walk up to a girl in a shopping center or a bar and she says not interested, everyone's going to see it and you're going to feel like an idiot. Okay, so online dating has pretty much destroyed going up to women in the street and asking them out. Okay, that's just the way it is. That's why statistically you have a 40% chance of finding your ideal partner online. There's nothing you can do about that. And that statistic is only going to get bigger. That's just the way it is. So we gotta grow with it. Josie, thanks for the TikTok gifts. Brandy, thanks for the TikTok gifts. That's a lot of gifts. You're a champion. Hey Monique, thanks for tuning in, champion. Sarah Wong, what would be the best way to get to know someone online? What questions would you suggest? Don't try to get to know someone too intimately. That's my first piece of advice on that one. You're not there as a journalist to ask him 1,000 questions, okay? Just have a bit of fun. And what I suggest, Sarah, is the first question should be what I call a curiosity question. A curiosity question is something which would really get someone ticking when it comes to a conversation. So what I mean by that is a question along the lines of, if you go anywhere on holidays in the world, where would it be? Or if you have any superpower, what would it be? And that's it. Okay. The last thing you want to say to someone online straight up is, hey, how are you? It's not conversation starting. Okay. If you have 1,000 matches on Tinder, say you have 1,000 matches on online dating, you're going to talk to people who are interesting to talk to. Okay. So you got to be interesting. You got to think of those curiosity questions. You got to create a good conversation. If the conversation is boring, the attraction's going down. Liz, I just come out of a relationship and it's one side. Not sure what you mean. Proud mama, what do you do when you are just burnt out? Always take care of kids, house. I just have no excitement anymore. Are you surprised? Are you surprised by that? It's like the person who works 100 hours a week or 120 hours a week on a job he hates. The hating part's important, okay? Because I do 100 hours a week, but I love my job. So if you're doing something you hate, it's going to drain you drastically, okay? So when's the last time you did something you actually enjoy? That's what I get my clients to do. You know, write out a list of 10 hobbies that you like. Write out a list of 10 hobbies that you do or want to do and start doing them. Yeah, life's meant to be lived. Just cleaning and taking care of kids, that's not really what life should be, okay? Patrick, I'm not good at relationships. Well, Patrick, why are you no good? And that sort of negative sentence is 50% of the reason why you're bad at it, okay? If you have a negative attitude towards men, or you have a negative attitude towards women, or you have a negative attitude towards relationships and romance, you're going to have bad luck, okay? Sarah, in lockdown in Melbourne, so I can't date. It is a hard situation in there, and yeah, you can't go on any dates with people face to face, but you can still meet people online, okay? Supermom, what's the best way to meet people who are worth your time? I've done the dating apps. Well, the highest statistic you have is meeting your ideal partner on dating apps, okay? So I hear the statement all the time, I've done dating apps and they're all garbage, blah, blah, blah. It's because you're not doing it right. It's because you're not doing it right. You got to use the right methods and the right technique, the right bio, the right pictures, the right conversations. You got to put in the work, okay? If you don't want to do the dating apps, then you're going to have trouble. Your chances go down by 40%. And suddenly it becomes a whole lot harder. So don't try to worry about finding someone who's worth your time or is trustworthy and all this sort of stuff. It takes time to get to know people, okay? According to my relationship timeline, which I made, you don't want to be in an exclusive relationship with someone until 2 or 3 months in. So if it's been 2 or 3 months, you should know them pretty well, and they're not wasting your time. It's before that stage, it's just fun. You're just there to have fun, okay? Okay, Jessica, how do I show my narcissistic ex that I'm no longer weak and won't be walked over anymore? Jessica, here's a quick question for you. How many times a day do you think I hear the word narcissist? I'd say about 200 times a day I hear the word narcissist. Statistically, guess how many narcissists there are in the world? Less than 1% of the population. Now, that means a lot of the people who tell me their ex is a narcissist he's not really a narcissist. Maybe you just bring out the worst in him. Maybe you're just not matched for each other. Maybe you just hate each other. Maybe he's just an asshole. Doesn't mean he doesn't have the power to feel empathy, okay? So back to your question anyway, because I digress from what you really were trying to say. How do you show them that you're not going to be walked over anymore? Just do it, yeah? be strong in yourself and set those boundaries strong and say no. Patrick, people ask me what to do with their relationships. I'm like, why are you asking me? I don't understand. Okay, guys, I'm here to answer any questions. So, Patrick, ask me a question. Yeah, I'm a relationship guy. I'm a relationship coach, guys. So, ask me your relationship questions. I'm only here to talk about relationships. That's it. Andrea, why do guys cheat? Well, the same reason women cheat, really. The majority of men that cheat is not because they're necessarily bad people. Okay, so get that out of your head straight away. And also the sentence that once a cheater, always a cheater, that's not true either. A lot of guys, when they cheat, they'll give their partner a whole bunch of little warning signs all along the way. Okay, a whole bunch of little warning signs all along the way that things aren't going well. Yeah, maybe she's turned him down one too many times when he's wanted sex. Maybe she's made his life pretty unenjoyable. And what is really the catalyst of all of it is he feels stuck in the relationship and doesn't know how to get out. I see that very, very often. So if he feels stuck in the relationship and doesn't know how to get out, you're going to have troubles. But think of it like this. Rate your relationship out of 10, okay? If it's a 10 out of 10, the chance of them cheating is pretty much 0. But as soon as it's a 9 out of 10, 8 out of 10, and it keeps going down, each number lower, the chances of cheating go up dramatically, okay? So just be aware of that. So instead of focusing on the negative of why someone will cheat, focus on getting it to a 10 out of 10, because if you can get a relationship to a 10 out of 10, they're not going to cheat anyway. Hello from Sydney. You're an actual coach, life coach, personal trainer. I'm a relationship coach, so kind of like a life coach, but I only focus on relationships. How my present partner always working in long distance relationship? Not a question, Liz. Do you believe in once a cheater, always a cheater? No, it is not true. How someone is, how a guy acts when he's 20 is going to be vastly different than how he acts when he's 30 and 40. Okay, so if you say, oh look, that person acts that way when they're 20 years old, he's going to always be that way. What a load of shit. He's going to, when someone's a teenager compared to a decade or 2 decades later, they're a completely different person, completely different. They're obviously a lot more mature as well. Patrick, how to do online dating the correct way? There's a whole bunch of things, Patrick. There's a whole bunch of things. You got to have the right amount of photos. You got to have the right photos. You got to have the right bio. Okay, you got to say the right things at the right time, and you got to, and that's about it. So that's really your 3 or 4 main things that you need to work on. If you want to know more, Patrick, send me a message. Doctor, I've been married so long, recently divorced, forgot how to even talk to women for real. It's just like talking to anybody. You just be friendly. Yeah, be a bit funny, be friendly, be nice. That's about it. You don't need to say any fancy pickup lines. You don't need to do anything fancy. Just be nice. Ask her out on a date. Patrick, what's the right photo? Okay, guys. So what I recommend for people on online dating is you have 5 photos. Okay, 5 photos. You want 2 which are cute. 2 photos which are cute, okay, that look cute. 1 that's sexy, and 1 that's doing your work or hobby, and another one doing your work or hobby. That's it. But also make sure that your pictures are good, and then change them every couple of weeks, okay? My hubby is not a happy person. I think the world is on his shoulders, not been good for him 38 years. That's sad. It sounds like he has some real issues. What app would you recommend? Look, it doesn't really matter where you meet somebody, okay? Like Tinder's obviously one of the most popular apps, but you got Hinge, you got Plenty of Fish, you got Bumble, you got all these other apps. And hell, at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter where you meet your ideal partner. You can meet your ideal partner on Tinder, or you can meet your ideal partner at Starbucks. It doesn't really matter as long as you know the right methods on how to get a relationship to a 10 out of 10. Jin, is it okay to choose no relationship and just have fun? Of course. Of course it's okay. How'd you become a relationship expert? Pretty much studying under other coaches, personal experience, and then over the years of coaching people, I just got better and better and better at it. Jazz, can we play a game? No, we cannot. Do you believe in soulmates? I like using the word soulmate. But I use it in a fun way, okay? Look, guys, don't be so serious with the word soulmate, okay? Because if you believe there's only one person in the world for you, you know, your ideal partner might live in South China, yeah, in a small village. You're never going to meet him, okay? So don't think about it so literally, yeah? But if if you have a relationship with someone and it's a 10 out of 10, you can convince yourself that they're your soulmate, okay? And you can have that really great connection. But it's just try to think of it just in a fun way, yeah? Faye, I love my hobby, but I think after 38 years, I'm done. Well, that's sad to hear. I help people try to fix these things, Faye, so you can talk to me if you want to try to fix it. But if you really want out, just create an exit plan and get out of there. Andrea, why wouldn't he leave? So a young guy might cheat in a relationship and not want to leave because he has young kids, because he wants to try to make it work. He may not want to be branded a quitter. Why does anybody stay in a relationship way too long? I'm sure everyone here has stayed in a relationship way too long. Why? Why do they do it? They feel stuck. They don't know what to do. They're getting different advice from different people. Yeah, they go up to some of their friends and they say, I'm not happy in my relationship. They go, well, you better make it work. You got kids, you better make it work. They feel stuck. They don't know what to do. Patrick, what is a great mindset on a date or meeting someone and leave the old stories behind? Well, a great mindset to have on a date, Patrick. Look, if you're a guy, if you're a male and you're taking a girl out on a date, a quick tip for you, only talk 30% of the time. You want her to talk 70% of the time on a date, okay? You want her to talk the majority of the time. If you talk about yourself the entire time, she's going to think you're an asshole, okay? So don't do that. Only talk 30% of the time. Ask probing questions. Sit back in your chair and just try to be enjoyable and be happy, okay? Not overly happy like you're some sort of clown, just a nice medium, okay? And don't tell stories about yourself. Yeah, you only can talk 30% of the time. You don't have a chance to tell stories about yourself. Stay mysterious. It's going to build her attraction higher. Mandy, I just bought a house 4 hours away from my partner. How can I make long-distance relationship work? You can't. Ang, my husband and I are currently separated. He is manipulative and controlling. Can he change? No. Andrea, I've been with him for 20 years and I just found out that he cheated several times after several. He is so aggro. It's because he is over 50. Well, if he's really angry and he's that age, maybe he has low testosterone. So tell him to see a doctor and get his blood levels checked. Yeah, what do you say about being in a relationship with a married guy? Bad, obviously. What do you mean? You know it's wrong. Emily, what are the 10? I'm not sure what you mean, Emily. Guys, any relationship questions, put your question in the comments. I'm here to help. Whatever your questions are, wherever you're watching from, whether you're watching on Facebook or TikTok or YouTube. If you want to see more of this live and you only stayed on for a few minutes, it's going to be posted to my YouTube, okay, and Facebook. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Facebook videos stay up. So the TikTok ones, as soon as you do it live, the video disappears. But it'll be posted on my YouTube and Facebook. Okay, Miss Texas, I'm currently separated from my husband, and he just mentioned he's been thinking about if we could make it work. Okay. Well, do you want to try to make it work or no? I talk to couples every day and help them get a relationship to a 10 out of 10. But obviously you have to be willing. You have to want to do it. If you don't want to do it, it's going to be trouble. It's going to be hard. Guys, if I miss your question, I know I've missed some questions on here. If I miss your question at any time, send me a message on Facebook or Instagram. Yeah. Miss Texas, I'm scared. When he told me he wanted a divorce, I was completely blindsided. It broke my heart. Okay. Usually when someone asks for a divorce, they've already gone through the grieving process. So you may have seen that he wasn't that devastated or that sad when he said those things. It's because for probably the last 3 months before that, he's been grieving about the relationship. And then when he finished grieving, he said, okay, now it's time to end it. Miss Texas, I've gotten over my love for him, but I'm so scared of him to hurt me again. Yeah. Yeah, totally understand. Totally understand. So what are you going to do? Yeah. Like potentially you could fix it, potentially. But are you both willing to do whatever it takes to get there? Bubbles. I can't seem to find anyone why that's everyone always cheats on me. Is something wrong with me? Yes, there is something wrong with you, Bubbles. And it's that you're negative. Okay. If you say the sentence, everybody cheats on me, then everybody's going to cheat on you. Because you're putting out in the universe who you are and what your values are. You're putting out in the universe that, hey everyone, it's okay to cheat on me. That's what you're saying. When you say the words, everyone cheats on me, everyone's going to keep cheating on you. Okay? So stop putting that negativity out in the universe and put out some positivity instead. Say, hey, yeah, I went through a few bad relationships. It wasn't meant to be, but my next relationship's going to be great. Say that instead. Miss Texas, to be with him again. Well, if that's what you want, Miss Texas, book in a call with me on my website, maddoxcoaching.com/opt-in. Make sure your husband's on the call with us, okay? And we can have a chat about it. And I can tell you the approach on what to do to get your relationship to a 10 out of 10. But I've got to warn you, it's going to be a long road. It's going to be a hard road, but the result is going to be what you want. Okay. Cry, any advice for overcoming trust issues? Yeah, just take some time with it. Yeah, try not to rush it. Yeah, I made something called the relationship timeline, where it says you don't want to be in a relationship before the 2 or 3 month mark, knowing someone. That 2 or 3 months is trying to build up trust, build up everything. Deborah, are you a therapist? I'm a relationship coach. Yeah, I coach people in relationships and how to get their relationship to a 10 out of 10 or how to find their ideal partner. Miss Texas, yes, I'd absolutely love to. I know it's going to be hard, but I feel like it really can work. Well, that's great. It sounds like you've got a good attitude, Miss Texas. So definitely head over to my website, maddoxcoaching.com/opt-in. Link is in my bio. Book in a call. Book in a call. We'll have a chat. It's a free call, guys, okay? Guys, I'll stay on for about another 5 minutes. So any relationship questions you have, put your question in the comments. And I hope you getting a lot from it. Thank you so much. You're amazing. No worries, Miss Texas. I'm here to help. My purpose in life is to help as many people as I can with relationships. So that's what I do every single day. Relationships can be amazing. Yeah. They can also be devastating. Why live in a devastating one? Coda, oh my God, I need help. I haven't seen my husband in 7 months and I miss him. He just don't seem to miss me. A relationship can't work if you don't see your partner for that long. Humans are pack animals. We pretty much have to see the people we love every day. unless the relationship will go down. It has to. That's just how human beings are. They're loving my best friends. What should I do? Nothing. Just leave it. I get this question so many times, Deborah. I get this question so many times. I really like my friend. What should I do about it? It never works out. Statistically, like 95% of the time, he doesn't like them back. I'm serious. That's how high it is. That's how I get asked that question all the time. And then a week later, they come back to me and say it didn't work out. And the friendship is over now too. There's millions of people in the world who could be your potential partner. Forget about the guy who just wants to be friends. Go after someone who actually likes you. God, I've had bad asthma. I've had bad asthma. He in Florida, I'm in New York. I can't seem to fly, neither can he. Oh, because of COVID, I assume. I assume you're talking about because of COVID. Guys, any relationship questions, put your question in the comments. I'm here to help. Melissa, I often feel so much resentment towards my husband. I feel like he is lazy and selfish and I do everything. That's really bad. That's really bad, Melissa. You guys have to do something about that. Yeah, you got to use good communication. You got to work on attraction, courtship, intimacy, and masculine and feminine energy. You have to do some stuff about that because your relationship isn't going to get better with time. It gets better with action. So, Melissa, if you want help, send me a message on Facebook or Instagram. Coda, yes, because of COVID. It's bad. It's bad. And COVID's put a big strain on a lot of people's relationships. LJ, sorry, I think I missed your question. If I missed your question at any time, guys, send me a message on Facebook or Instagram. Links in my bio. You can even go to my website, mattcoaching.com/opt-in, watch my case study video, and book in a free call if you want to, okay? Biddle, I'm sure this was asked, long distance, do they really work? They never work, ever. Long distance relationship can never be a 10 out of 10. So if you want a 10 out of 10 relationship, figure out a plan on how to move together so you can see each other every day. I wish I had some sort of fairy tale sort of advice that, long distance works. You just got to, say good communication every day. No, it doesn't fucking work. Human beings are pack animals. We need to see the people we love every day. If you go long periods of time and not see your partner, the relationship will never, ever be a 10 out of 10. It can't be. With human beings, it just can't be, okay? Any relationship questions, guys? My purpose in life is to help as many people as I can with relationships. So whatever your question is, put in the comments. I'm here to help. Okay. Okay. Guys, relationships can be amazing. Yeah. They can also be devastating. Why live a devastating relationship? You can have any sort of relationship you want. Live the life you really want. Yeah. Have a great relationship. You can have a 10 out of 10 if you want that. But you got to know the right methods. Okay. And really what I talk about, the 5 pillars to a 10 out of 10 relationship, the 5 pillars are attraction, masculine and feminine energy, courtship, intimacy, and communication. Okay. Guys, I can see a few messages coming through from people. As soon as this live's finished, I will respond. Okay. I always respond to all my messages. So send me a message if you need help. Don't live in pain. Yeah. My purpose in life is to help as many people as I can in relationships. So that's what I do. I talk to a lot of people who are in pain all the time. Don't live in pain. Yeah, we've all been in a relationship too long, and you think to yourself, well, tomorrow's going to be better. Next week's going to be better. It doesn't get better. Time doesn't make relationships better. Action does. You got to take action. LJ, how much do you talk about on the first couple dates. Feel like I say too much. So what I recommend is on a first date, a girl should talk 70% of the time and a guy should talk 30% of the time. Okay. That's what I recommend. If you're talking more than 70%, you're talking too much. If you're talking less than 50%, you're talking too little. So keep it in that. Okay. Guys, I'm out of time. I've got to do some relationship coaching calls right now. Thanks for tuning in. Really appreciate it. If you have any questions at any time, send me a message on Facebook or Instagram, or even watch a case study video on my websites. Links to everything about me is in my bio. My purpose in life, guys, is to help as many people as I can in relationships. Don't live in pain anymore. Let's do something about it, okay? Thanks for tuning in, guys. I really appreciate it. And, yeah, I'll be doing more live soon. So if I miss your question, guys,